New York drill. If you are a fan of New York drill, let me know who you listen to. Let me know who you like. And if you're not a fan of New York drill, let me know that in the comments. Now, New York drill has led to a lot of RICOs in the East Coast, a lot. And this video was called New York Drill Should Have Never Happened. Now, if you've ever grown up on any kind of gangster music, then you got to realize that this is the gangster music for this era right here. So, no, I'm not saying let's get rid of drill. I want to give y'all a little background story. You feel like New York drill is worse than gangster rap in the first 10 years? That's the question that I want the crowd to answer. And that's it. So let me know where y'all from. If you know, from the town, or if you're not from the town, let me know where you from in the comments. Make sure y'all subscribe at the top bell, and let's get into this video.
Defense works. You can't record yourself in your ops hood with a gun, then claim self-defense. This not Texas, nigga. You're not even supposed to have a gun. And New York niggas, y'all had the whole world. You niggas was jumping, clapping your hands between your legs and shit, and had everybody doing it. Street niggas used to be scared to dance before y'all. But you niggas so aggressive.
For y'all early in the morning.
And so on camera, anybody with gangbang in a city with over 25,000 cameras that we know about is beyond me. You want to know what $164 million in cameras looks like? It wouldn't even matter if K-Flock didn't have a $4,000 outfit on.
Bro,
the point of this,
hold on, bro. There's five boroughs. There's 5 boroughs, and there's other part of New York too. So there's 5 boroughs. That man just said 25,000 cameras. That means there's 5,000 cameras per borough. Bro, there's 110% of you going to jail. Come on.
Like didn't have a $4,000 outfit on. The point of this frame is this skinny leg ass was going to jail anyway.
Yeah.
The feds live in New York City. How the did DThang get out on a RICO charge?
Facts.
Anyway, in case you didn't know, every 10 years New York is dangerous, and then the next 10 years it's not. There's always a spike in murders every decade, then the police crack down, and then the murder rate plummets. But starting in 2010, NYPD stopped these spikes altogether.
Wow.
The era the K-Flock generation grew up, aka the sturdy generation, falls right in the time for the murders to spike again. But my nigga, New York was solving about 80% of all murders when these little niggas was running wild.
Facts.
80. And niggas still don't be wearing masks. And y'all rap about it. Who the fuck told anybody that song lyrics can't be used in
Somebody
court?
stupid.
Young Thug's trial was a state case. Had he been in federal court in New York, we would have never heard from him again. Why did drill start and last so long in Chicago? Because the police in Chicago only solved 21 to 26% of murders.
Wow.
Meaning it's pretty much a free-for-all.
What the fuck is y'all doing?
Bro.
Bye-bye.
21% means 79, 80% do not get solved. He's right, bro. He's right. And if you don't know, in Chicago, you get, look, the charge that you get for a handgun is the same. I think it's less for a handgun than it is for, less for a chopper than it is for a handgun. It's crazy. You know what I mean? So, another thing, too, is the RICO system just started because of hip-hop, because people are talking too much. RICO ain't been going on. People would have been talking. People would have been getting hit up. But now the RICO, these songs is making it way easier for people to just go to jail.
Bye. Bye-bye. How you coming, bitch? We leave shit every day, goofy.
So every rapper that you see in New York that is free and walking around, it's probably because he never shot anybody. Because if he did,
Facts.
he'd definitely be on Rikers Island
He ain't go to
already.
jail.
Being the biggest city in the United States by population, but not even being in the top 10 for crime, means this is not the place to gangbang,
Nope.
contrary to what it might look like.
Yep.
Now, I'm not saying that you won't randomly get punched on the subway, but you're still more likely to get murdered in Detroit. And bro, RPT, which is the River Park Towers, this project building, has been hit with 2 RICOs in just 1 decade. And before...
Bro, how you get 2 RICOs in 1 decade? And I'm going to tell you why. The first guy comes around, he like, oh, they going to jail? Man, that crazy. Man, when they go to jail, we going to set up shop, man, and we going to get right back at it, man. And then guess what? Yo ass going to jail, too, and now yo ass getting the RICO, too. RICO, everybody about to be named RICO. RICO, you, everybody get a RICO.
Before K-Flock's whole gang got indicted in 2023, New York had already pulled off the largest gang takedown in city history.
Wow.
This was bigger than the mob. No other city in America is doing this, literally. This is some El Salvador, you guilty until proven innocent type shit. And by the way, the Southern District of New York Court ends 95% of all cases in a guilty plea. And when it comes to the feds who live in New York, only 0.4% of people take it to trial and get off.
Bro, 0.4 even ticket to trial. So that means if you got money, even with money, bro, With money.
4.4. Admitting to a crime in a song is nothing compared to you being caught on camera. And since most of you niggas never heard of cell phone towers, when you commit a crime, your phone
pings off the
scene.
tower.
Being from Chicago, I have to tell you, the only reason the drill scene was able to take off here is because the Chicago police are not good at solving crimes. The NY...
Bruh, stop acting like Chicago. Hold on. I'm going to speak up for the East for a second. Chicago. Y'all been beefing over the same beef since I was 14 goddamn years old. I don't even know why you on this video acting as if, you know, us in Chicago are different. Every nigga with dreads get hit up there, number one. Number two, they are giving out the RICO for beef that y'all have had for 20, 30 years, bruh. On phone them grave, y'all need to calm down. Y'all acting crazy up there.
Are not good at solving crimes. The NYPD it's the largest police force in the country.
It
you
is.
know why K-Flock's homie and his ops will testify against him? Because your only two
20
options
years.
in a gang racketeering charge are death or mandatory life. You think a nigga gonna sit in prison with you for life just to say he kept it real? Man, fuck that. New York is beautiful, especially when you can go outside. And with these type of charges, man, you could have saved the motherfucker from falling on the train tracks and he'll still testify against you.
Fact.
Remember, Flock's homie got shot and he went to go retaliate for his friend. And this friend still testified against him. The streets is there.
Bro, the man got 20. His man, they tried to get a man 20 years. 20 years. See, all y'all so-called gangsters in the comments, what do you do when you facing 20 years? What do you do? Now, y'all want to know my answer? You ain't gonna get it, because, bitch, I ain't facing 20 years. I ain't doing nothing at all that's gonna get my ass no goddamn 20 years. You shouldn't either. And if you is, you better stay low.
For his friend. And this friend still testified against him. The streets is there, bro. Especially in New York. And it's basically been there since the 90s. Before most of these little niggas was even born. So I can forgive them for being ignorant. And I would have loved for New York to have their own rap scene that actually managed to stay relevant. And I'm sure in the next 5 years, we'll see the little guys that's about 12 years old right now blowing up on YouTube. And then 2 years from that, we'll see them being led away in handcuffs if they don't learn from the previous generation's mistakes. I don't like to be the guy to say, hey, your favorite rapper is going to jail forever and you ain't gonna never see him again. But I fuck with Lil Durk, and that nigga is probably never gonna see the light of day again. In fact, had Lil Durk's brother still been alive, he would be serving mandatory life in the feds in Chicago. But the difference with Chicago is it took until these guys were in their 30s to get caught. All of the New York drill rappers are...
That's the point. See, guys, listen, and this is the thing. I live on the West Coast, and I want y'all to really listen to me on this right now. Y'all be mimicking cultures that you don't know the history on. You might know the history, but I'm talking about the real history on. You know, for instance, people on the East Coast, they be repping gangs on the West Coast and all of that stuff. Bro, it's a different world on the West Coast. They doing different things. It's a completely different world. So even with the gang stuff, and you got people that's gangbanging, that's trying to gangbang and do what they do in Chicago, I'm going to be honest with you. Anything you do right now across state will get you gone very quickly. They're not going to waste no time. You know, over here on the West Coast, ladies and gentlemen, y'all may not know, they got this thing called interstate something, or intercommerce, interstate. It's like when you try to go from state to state, they don't do that on the East Coast. They don't do that over there. Over here, it's different. You know, so you got to think about where you at. I don't know no super gangsters catching a bunch of bodies that's home. I just don't. I'm being honest with y'all. So it's like, if it was a bunch of them, then I'd be like, all right, I get it. I don't get it. I don't know who y'all trying to mimic. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Are in the feds directly after high school. And the ones that's not, I must stress, they are not the killers. Because if they were, they would be on Rikers Island.
Yep.
Again, you still might get punched in the face on the subway for no reason, but contrary to what the media will have you believe, New York is not somewhere the drill should have ever happened. It didn't do shit but make the police do their job harder and make the FBI concentrate more on whatever boroughs they weren't already looking into. And remember where the RICO charge came from. I wonder where this charge came from. Oh, it was invented by the feds to take down the mob in New York.
New York. Now, I'm happy that he said that. Look, that was the biggest organized crime when the mob and all of them and all of that was going on. And that's another thing. Black people seem to forget when the mob was around, it was a mob. It wasn't a black mob. It was a white mob. and you had some representation from the black mob that kind of went over there. I mean, y'all could go online and do y'all story if y'all want. I'll pull it up on, you know what I mean? But the whole point is, this has gotten a little out of control, but can we say it's gotten more out of control than it did for our culture and our gangster rap? That's what I want to ask y'all, and that's what I want to leave the video on. Is this New York drill more critical than it was when gangster rap first started and the whole gangster rap era? New York drill probably been around for what, 10 years, 12 years, something like that? So I want to know if the impact of New York drill has been the same as that. So make sure y'all answer that in the comments. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit the top bell, man. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out of here.